Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. Today's look is inspired by Rihanna's kind of everyday look. She seems to do this very often. A very nude eye and a very bold, vivid color right under the lash line here. So I thought this was also really appropriate for like springtime. You know, it's getting warmer and you don't necessarily want to wear a lot of makeup. You just kind of want to throw something on. So this is really easy to do. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you like this look, I hope you'll stay tuned. For my foundation, I'm going to start out by using a product that you guys have never seen me use before, and I never used it until like last week. I went to CVS and they were having a buy one, get one free on Revlon Photo Finish. And this product is kind of like all the rage on the internet and in beauty forums. And I can see why. It's pretty good. It's supposed to be like an airbrush finish product. It's about $13, I believe, by itself. And again, I got it buy one, get one. So I've put that in my little mixing tray. It goes on really smoothly, and I actually wore it the other day for the first time, and I had a long night, if you know what I mean, and fell asleep in it. And the next morning I woke up and it looked pretty daggone good for the fact that I just slept in it. Another thing that I really like about this, and this is like a going trend that quite a few makeup companies from inexpensive to very expensive are taking on, and I love it. It's the little pump cap. I've seen NARS with the pump cap, and all kinds of different products are doing that. It's so much easier than having to like pour it out. And again, I'm going to set this with a small amount of Studio Fix. And for any of you who wonder what color I wear in Studio Fix, I tend to use NC43 in both Studio Fix and Studio Tech. And I'm going to use the same combination that I always use for my brows, which is the Stud Brow Pencil by MAC and Saddle eyeshadow to fill it in. And I'll be using a 228 angled brush. And for my base, I am going to take Painterly, duh, and a seasonal 242 concealer brush. And I'm going to put that all over my lid, working it up into my brow. Now I'm going to introduce you guys to a product that you may know about and you may not. There is a brand that is called Yaby, and I will put a link to their website on my blog when I do the write-up for this look. But they sell very inexpensive eyeshadows. You can buy them in a palette, the eyeshadows, or you can buy them individually. I have taken a CD case and put a magnet in it, just like glued a magnet, and stuck them in there that way. I just didn't feel like paying like 14 bucks for the palette. I was trying to be cheap. I'm going to take a color called Magic Timber for a highlight. They're very tiny. For $3 and the pigmentation that you get, it's a pretty good deal. Taking a 239, I'm going to put that all under my brow and work it down. Unfortunately, because we're all still fairly new to each other, I just wanted to let you know that oftentimes when you see somebody doing what I do, they will endorse a product because it was sent to them for free or because they're being paid to do so. And although I believe that a lot of these girls that do the exact same thing that you see me doing do believe in the products that they are selling, some of them maybe don't. So I just want you guys to know that any product that you see me using, unless I tell you that I have not paid for it, I have purchased it with my own money. And if the day ever comes when I do get paid to endorse a product, it will be because I believe in that product and because I like that product. However, at this point, I am not endorsing anything that has been sent to me for free. So there you go. Moving on to kind of like a loose pigment. This is what I'm going to use for my lid and up. Benefit, this is from, and it is called Big Daddy. Can you see that? I can't tip it over too much, but it's got such sparkle to it. It is gorgeous. I'm just going to take a 275, being very careful not to get too much on my brush or too much excess. I'm putting that all over my lid. And I'm just working that up into my highlight and into the inner corners of my eye. Taking another Yabby color, which is very close to Handwritten by MAC. It is called Milk Chocolate, just a matte dark brown. I am going to take above my crease, kind of right where that Benefit meets our highlight, and blending it in. There's not much on my brush. I'm very faintly not holding the brush too tightly, and I'll do the same on the other side. I'm working very lightly to blend it. I don't necessarily want it to be seamless. I want this dark brown to be noticeable. Now I'm going to put on my concealer. I'm going to set my concealer with my Benefit Powder Flage. The same company that makes this is the same company that makes the loose powder that we put on our eyelid. Now that I've set my concealer, I am going to use my favorite little tiny brush that I got from Michael's, which is a craft store. It's called the Soft Grip. Super small. And I'm going to use my Wet n Wild gel liner. Y'all know I'm always going to put a point on the end of my eyeliner. That's just how I like to do it. If you don't like to put a point on the end of your eyeliner, then don't. You don't have to. Now comes the fun part where you can take a very pretty yet ordinary look and splash it up. Taking Delft, a paint pot from Matte that is like a shiny bluey green color, I guess. And just a concealer brush, whatever you got. I am going to rub that under my lash line. If you don't have Delft, that's okay. You can use whatever base that you have. I am just using Delft because I happen to have a green base. Using a color from Yabby called Mystery Fog, which ironically is very, like, almost identical to Delft. I am going to put that on my outer eye. Just taking an angled brush, Sonia Kouchek brush, and placing that right where I've put my base and working it in about halfway. And using that same brush, I'm going to take TQUS Dream, and it's like a light blue. I'm going to put that on my inner eye, right where our Delft is. Not a huge color difference, but noticeable. Now I'm going to go back into my waterline and put some of that gel liner, being careful not to go into our green that we've just placed. I'm going to use my favorite blush, which is Spring Sheen. And for a lipstick, I'm going to use Pink Tranquillo by L'Oreal. I'm also going to put a slight contour on my cheeks, and I'll be right back with lashes done, and I'm going to put some mascara on the bottom lash line. Okay guys, that's pretty much the completed look. I have added MAC 44s to my eyelashes and a little bit of mascara on the bottom. I contoured with Blunt, and that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this and use it. We're coming into spring, so thank God. So this is something a little bit more light and fun for you to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you at beatfacehoney.com. Bye.